Welcome.
Welcome,
Uncensored
welcome.
Philly
Oh, my fault. Go ahead, you got it.
Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You know the plug. Catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share. Comment.
Simon is back.
104.95. Sixers lose to the Denver Nuggets. Without Embiid again. Ninth straight game missed. This game was a blowout from jump ball. Nobody could guard Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. Who else am I shouting out?
Joker.
Joker. Did whatever they wanted, no matter who was on them. This goes to my point, though, about the presence of Joel Embiid in the middle, because we started Howard because of Joker and because of them getting to the basket. They got slashers. They did whatever they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our best defensive players look like they was in high school trying to chase these dudes around the court. It was in bed. Jamal Murray had like 18 points in the first quarter. He couldn't be stopped. It was a blowout from the beginning to the end.
I think it's kind of something that we knew that we're going to lose. I looked at a couple things that actually added to it, made me actually feel a little bit better about the loss, which is, this was Utah's first time having audience in there in a year. So they had fans in there for the first time. So, and the only reason I'm saying that is because
Denver.
they came out with Denver, my fault. They came out with energy. Like they came out and ran us out the building early on, jumped out to that big lead, and then they just held on.
But didn't we do the same thing against the team?
Damn. Okay, what? We did. That's why. But I'm saying, you don't think that's a factor? You don't think that's a factor? You got a team on the last, like you said, the last of a long west road trip. You come into a building. These guys just made trades that make them feel good, like they just trumped their team up to be even better. They're making the run at it, and their fans in the building for the first time. It was a whirlwind, and the Sixers couldn't match it. They just got wiped out.
Sounds like an excuse to me.
That's what it sounds like, a big excuse.
It's not an excuse. Did not we expect them to lose this game?
It's not.
Did we expect
no,
them to,
let me
who in here expected them to win?
Wayne, let me
Did
get
you
in.
expect them to win?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. You
expected
them to win. You go ahead. You
yeah,
talk.
but also it's not even the fact that they lost, it's how they lost. Is what I saw on the court. Seeing Ben Simmons not knowing that we're down ammo, knowing that we don't have all the power that we usually have, to give me something different. Even when we started to get blown out, that was an opportunity to practice some of your moves that you usually don't practice. Do something different. Stop the bleeding.
I think this was. Go ahead, Simon. You want to get in?
Yeah, Simon says you're wrong, Tim, and I'm gonna tell you why. You keep hoping. You like quantum leap. What's the quantum leap phrase? Hoping beyond hope. That the next trip is going to be the trip home. You hope the next game is going to be the next breakout game for Ben. It's not going to happen. This is what I've been trying to tell you, bro. He is what he is, and
I'm not going.
My prediction.
Right now, I can't defend it.
I've been trying to go game for game with Ben, and I said this early on in the season. I'm gonna try to go game for game, but I can't help but project to the future, the playoffs we play against some better teams, how he's going to not. I'm not going to say necessarily hurt us because he's doing the same thing that he's doing. He may end up hurting us against some of the better defenses, but he's not going to really catapult us to the next level. He's going to do what he's going to do, and if it's good enough, we win. Yeah. And if it's not good enough, he's not going to take his game.
That's my problem.
See, I think
I agree, though. I agree with that.
This game for Ben is actually a bad matchup. If you look at the defenders that has, you have Aaron Gordon, who's 6'8", athletic, can jump. You got Michael Porter Jr., who's 6'10". You got Joker in the middle. You got Willie Barton, who's 6'6", who could defend, and you got Jamal Murray. They all they did was switch everything, and Ben just did the athletic defenders, the better defenders, the move your feet. He really couldn't do nothing against these guys. And for me, I put on the text board, even though Ephraim's right, he won't do it. This was a game where Ben should have took 2 to 3 3-pointers. If he would have done that, he would have. This was the game because they left. Remember, at one he pump fake, like he was going to take it. I was like, oh, was he going to do it? Then he did.
So
his
let me ask you, what would that have done? What would that have done?
Give him confidence. It's here. It's here.
It is.
Listen, he shoot 1,000,000 threes in warm-ups and everything.
The game is
what
different.
Make you think
the game because the game
and
is
that's why
different.
he don't shoot in the game. What makes you think he's going to get confidence?
You talking about practice, not the game.
I go back to what Ephraim just said. Y'all
the game.
Thinking he's not going to he's not going to do it. That's what we got to get out of. We got to get out of thinking that
you got to force him. You have to force him.
Then trade him. I told you I would have traded him for Michael Porter Jr.
At the same time, I agree.
Don't get all hype about Michael Porter Jr. over one game.
No, I'm gonna tell you now.
I was talking about what?
I'm gonna tell you now.
What do you average for the season?
He averaged 16 points for the season. I'm gonna tell you now.
So he averaged what's been average?
But no, that's a great average on a team with Jamal Murray and Jokic, who averaged in the 20s, or Jamal averaging close to 20. But my thing is, and you talking about
and we got beat in Toby averaging in the 20s.
And Michael Porter Jr. is only a year and a half in the league. So let's be clear about that. I guarantee you, his 4th year in the league, he's gonna be leaps and bounds better than Ben. Leaps and bounds. I promise you that.
We'll see.
But that's a whole nother topic. But getting back to the game and who else stunk it up beside Ben, Seth Curry played like doo-doo. The boy Mike Scott ain't played good.
That's gonna be at the league.
Yes, he did.
No,
yes, he did.
Who played good?
Yes, he did.
Who?
Yes, he did.
Who played good?
Mike Scott.
You tripping?
What did you want him to do?
You trip? What did he do?
Except
for jack threes and shoot bricks again.
He was 3 for 7. Shoot bricks. He was 3 for 7.
He shot bricks. He didn't even touch the rim on half of those shots.
My problem with Mike Scott. This is my problem with Mike Scott, though. This is why I say they didn't play good. First of all he took was threes. Come on, bro. You did decent tonight. You shot 42% from 3. That was cool. But come on, all your shots were 3 for 7.
Y'all want a stretch 4.
He ain't a stretch 4.
No, that's not even his game normally. Mike Scott just kind of got a little bit hot.
By the way, you know Wayne loves these. Mike Scott was a Mike Scott was a plus 13.
Okay. I'm seeing plus 9. Oh yeah, he was plus.
No, 13. He was plus 13. But yeah, in a game where
hold on, 9 points, 1 steal, 1 block, 7 rebounds, 3 for 7.
So you go ahead and trump up Mike Scott.
What more?
You go right ahead. Mike Scott is trash.
But let's be serious. What more did you want from him? When your starters give you 12 points from Toby, 10 from Howard, 11 from Ben, 8 from Seth, but you want to rob Mike Scott.
I mean, First of
all, I didn't rob Mike Scott. Ephraim brought him up, but Mike Scott is trash. He's trash.
Mike Scott, first of all, he got to give me more. He played 23 minutes. He only played started minutes. Ben played 20.
Exactly.
So it's like, bro, come on, man. This is just like you said about Ben. This your time to do your thing. This your time to show why you deserve more clock. And I do think Mike Scott deserves a little bit more clock. Me personally, I think he could be a little better. But I mean, Cork Maz played like doo-doo. A lot of these boys it was a bad. I do agree with Wayne a little bit though, because I do agree that end of that road trip, that's taking its toll. You going to Denver, you done. You don't feel like playing no more. That's no excuse for some of the bad play. But I did see it. Denver it was out hustling us. They was getting the loose balls. They was running fast break, dunking and all that. They were better equipped to play that game and we wasn't.
I didn't think we could beat them with B, be honest with you. I think they're a better team.
I think we could beat them with B.
I'm not ready to say that. I mean, they upgraded their team. They got the ball, what's the name? Aaron Gordon. I mean, that was a little bit of an upgrade for their lineup. Not he ain't missed tonight, but that dude Porter, he gonna be a baller. I'm telling you.
But listen, the one thing about Denver, I watched the Denver broadcast, and even the broadcaster said this is why Denver's record is what it is. They blow a lot of leads. Now, imagine if we had Embiid. They blew this lead. Like I said, they jumped out on the Sixers. You're at home. The Sixers at the end of a road trip. You at home. The first time having a crowd in. We saw what the Sixers did the first time they had a crowd in there. They routed Bulls. So it is something to that. So they had the crowd in there. The Sixers on the end of a long West road trip. and they just came out and they jumped on them early, and they did what they were supposed to do, and then they wrote it out. But like I said, the Denver broadcaster says Denver loses a lot of games. They lose a lot of games later on in the game. So I mean, first of all, in order for us to see him again, they got to be at the finals anyway. So I ain't worried about Denver.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have liked to see B play one of the matchups against Joker.
I would have too. Me too.
Sometimes I blame coaching though for the comeback losses. Like for instance, I don't watch a lot of Denver, but to me, Composite looks like trash. Why is he on the floor that long? He can't even breathe. Coaches for some reason love these type of guys. You can't tell me there's not he's a 5'10" guy. I mean, you listen. I love the short balls. I want him,
But he couldn't even shoot. He can't even shoot. He was missing wide open, George.
Maybe he was off the night because the other starter was off. He was 0 for 6, but
no, he wasn't off. I'm telling you, the Denver announcers was like, he got to hit those shots. Those are the shots he got to hit. So evidently, this is what he misses all the time.
I have a concern.
Barton.
One of my concerns is, and we talked about this briefly, but Seth Curry and his ability to get off his shot and throughout the game, especially when he's going against premier shooting guards from the opposing team. And I don't know if he's a really championship caliber shooting guard, to be honest with you, not a starter.
No, I'm at the point where, and I know I was high on Seth early in the season, but yeah, I'm at the point where he's a bench player.
He is.
Yeah,
he is.
You're gonna have to start. You're gonna have to start the George Hill.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, he'll get. I think
so too.
But one, he got a little bit more pedigree. He's been there before when he played with Brown and them, even though he choked on the free throw. But even with that being the case, I still would take him right now over Seth. Seth is cool coming in the role. Like I honestly thought when he first got here, I thought he turned the corner a little bit because sometimes he's been in the league for what, about 7 years or so now. I'm thinking, okay, all right, he might have found his niche. He could get in the starting rotation. Nah, I was wrong. I was wrong. He is what he is.
But see, it's different if he's coming off the bench. He's going against the other team's bench players.
Exactly.
So I think that. That's what I'm saying. I think the George Hill trade. I just need to see this whole team. I want to see George Hill back. I want to see B back. I'm ready to see what he look like. What'd you say?
When is Hill supposed to play?
I don't know. I don't even know when B is supposed to play. They just keep saying his minor injury.
They said they hope he's back this weekend. We got a back-to-back game Saturday and Sunday.
I don't know. We play.
I ain't even check.
I don't know we play Sunday, but I know we do play Saturday.
Actually came in there and played pretty aggressive though.
No, he did.
I was about to say that. I like
that's
what
who he dropped his 39 against, ain't it?
Yeah, but see,
he got the 39 against.
It was Denver.
I know Doc falls. Maybe he's a little light. He wants to see if he get a spark. I think you gotta try to bring the young boy along, man. I'm sorry, that's just my feeling on him. I don't know if you got to split time with him, Cork and Shake somehow, or if you see somebody not going, get him out. Maybe you feel. I guess Doc feels Cork can get going sometime. Cork can get hot, heat it up, and hit it. But I think you got to find a little rotation for the kid, man.
I think what Wayne
trash.
I think what he's Cork buys. Tim loved joking on Cork when he played bad.
The thing is, he sparked like a quick spark, and all of a sudden it was that somebody just threw water right on the spark plug because it just fizzled out real fast. He was throwing up everything. We almost went on a little run, but then he just killed the run. To be honest with you, but as far as the boy Maxey, the boy Maxey kind of reminds me of the guy who we played the other day in the Clippers, Terrence Mann.
Mm-hmm.
Both rookies, both got the same haircut, but they kind of are similar in style. But he's playing more. Tyronn Lue is actually giving them more opportunities to play, and now he's shining for them. Now he's a key figure. He's actually getting to Lemon Pepper Lue minutes.
You don't think Mann shoots better?
Say it again.
You don't think Mann shoots better?
But Doc was saying that when he first drafted him last year, because Doc drafted Mann, he said that he never played the point guard position, and now they worked him in as the point guard. And now this year he's playing real good point and shooting. So it's just I think opportunities is needed, he needs to give Maxey the same opportunities that they.
But
get.
I don't think. But they didn't give him his opportunities during the game. He got a whole summer. He had a whole year as a rookie with them training, and then I guess whatever they did in the offseason, they brought him in. I'm not rip. I like Maxey, and I do think Maxey can be better than what he is. I do think Maxey still has potential to grow, but I think Maxey needs that summer league like that. Like he needs that like y'all say, that steady playing time and certain stuff. He needs a little bit more time, in my opinion.
I think, but hey Tim, I mean, you gotta remember, Sweet Lou ain't there no more either. So I mean, man, gonna get some.
No, now Rondo is, so Rondo won't take his minutes.
Yeah, that's true. But as far as Maxey, I think Wayne said it early in the year, and I just have to agree with him. I think Maxey's main problem is he can't shoot. He can't. If he can knock down that three semi-consistently, even at like a 33% clip, then he might start getting more clock. I mean, he always almost in the 20s or something, I think, last I checked. So
you got to get it up.
Yeah, I mean, and Ben is the reason why. I hate to say it like that, but I mean, if Ben could shoot, my thing is if Ben could shoot, then I think you could groom him a little bit more. You can't get him in there with a bull who can shoot, and then you take another shoot off the floor and Cork Miles or Danny Green or somebody to get Maxey some more clock. So I mean, you got to compromise, and that's the compromise that Maxey can't play a lot.
No, what I think I got to walk that comment back about giving Maxey more burn. I forgot once George Hill come, you're gonna have Seth, Cork, and Shake and Mike Scott.
I ain't gonna hold you. If Seth keeps shooting like he's shooting, I'm ready to say give Maxey Seth minutes. Because for real, at least Maxey run around and he bring energy on defense. Like he's not a great defender, but Maxey brings energy. Like Seth Curry, if he's not hitting that open shot, like he every once in a while he'll do a pump fake and stuff. But yeah, he is for real. Because even on defense, they had him sticking the other guy, like the one guy that wasn't like a star player for Denver, and dude was cooking him, and they kept having to step in to try to help him out and getting open threes.
Everybody's getting cooked.
Are we setting the bar too high?
Ben included.
Are we?
I don't think everybody was getting cooked.
Everybody was getting cooked.
He wasn't. The Sixers. If you look at
get cooked, hold on.
If you looked at the way that they played,
who didn't
get cooked by?
Jamal Murray was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't him. Jamal Murray was.
Jamal Murray did everything he wanted to do to Ben Simmons tonight.
No, this is what I'm saying. The Sixers had to do a whole bunch of. If you look at how they played defense, they had to do a whole bunch of rotating and helping out. First of all, because Dwight Howard got manhandled by Joker. So then everybody started trying to leak in and help off of that. And
that kind of surprised me too.
Denver got a bunch of open shots. Like let's be real. They was getting open shots.
Dwayne.
What?
About 3 plays in a row, Jamal Murray went straight to the hole on Ben Simmons.
He rocked him and re-rocked him.
And when he missed it? You talking about when he missed it?
No, he ain't missing.
Jamal Murray was doing what he wanted to anybody. Ben was on the list.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm not saying Ben had a good game, but I'm just saying it wasn't.
Nobody's saying Ben had a good game.
Yeah, as a team, they like I said, they came out with the energy. They had so many wide open shots. It was like the Sixers wasn't.
I thought it was Johnny Kilroy out there at
the
first.
Sixers was just out there scrambling everywhere. Like everybody was just running out and sticking anybody.
A lot of people that's an old school reference. That might have went over a lot of cats' heads, man. That Johnny Kilroy.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all see when Ben set the screen and got trucked by the bull?
Yeah.
Oh man, Ben thought he was standing. He was like standing still next to them. Ben was flying. He actually laughed it off. He was like, "Oh dang, they got me."
But once again, the refs were horrible again tonight. I mean,
I want to address that, man.
They actually tried to get the Sixers a chance.
Yeah, go send these dudes back to ref school.
This whole flagrant 1, flagrant 2 generation, it's to me, is perfectly aligned with the millennials. Like everybody's soft, everybody foo, don't hit me, don't hurt my feelings, don't judge me, blah blah blah. Everybody in their feelings. And I think that's why Dwight Howard kind of got manhandled by Joker. Not that Joker not good, but they taking a lot of dog out of Dwight. You calling a dumb flagrant early in the game. I think it was who went to the hole? Jamal Murray, him and Maxey got.
It was Barton, I think.
Okay, one of them garbage boys went to the hole, gets whacked up, and all of a sudden now they're reviewing it for a flagrant, and sure enough, he gets like a flagrant 1 or something. I'm done.
I blame Dwight for that though, because this is what I've been talking about him with the goofy stuff all season, and now you get this reputation, and the refs look at you like you being extra.
That's true.
And this is what I've been saying about the like. I get it, but his antics is too much. Sometimes, like, bro, chill.
But still, if you a ref, all right, I know some of that plays a part, but you gotta ref it on a play-by-play basis.
But they don't do that. Come on, you know that. That's the same way. The same way if you got a dude that's a superstar player, like if Harden coming down there and it looked like you giving him the benefit of the call. You know what I'm saying? So in the same way Embiid get the benefit of the call, they giving Dwight the non-benefit of having.
My thing is, you're right, but my thing is, I'm mad if it's a bang bang play and you don't give them the benefit. Okay, that's fine. But you're reviewing it and you still like getting all ticky tack. Like stop this.
Fair
stop
point.
This. I'm so beyond frustrated with this NBA officiating, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm annoyed with it. I'm really irked with it. I ain't even gonna hold you. But
they be doing a lot.
This game
so we tied for first.
This game was over in the first quarter. When they
first 2 minutes,
it was 44-22. They doubled us up in the first quarter. We got smoked. After that, it was all down. I knew it was over. At that point, I was saying, I can't be disappointed anymore. My emotions had left my body. I'm like, okay, now I'm just watching the season.
But see, to that point, that's the only reason why I mentioned the whole thing about them having a crowd for the first time in a year, because of the fact that they jumped on us early. And then after that, the Sixers made little mini runs here and there, but then Denver just like that's what you do. If you jump on a team early, then you just maintain that. And that's what they did. They got the early, and we use the same advantage when we at home in situations like that. But that's an advantage that you do use. You get out on it. That's in the playoffs. They talk about that all the time. You jump out on them early, and you take advantage of that home court advantage and do it. And Denver did what they were supposed to do.
We was jumping out on teams early, like the last 5 games in a row.
Who, us?
Yeah.
Yeah, while we on the road, you talking about?
Yeah, we jumping out.
But
early.
that ain't at home. That's why I said I think that the home it makes a difference when it's at home like that.
This is another reason why I think we actually got played by the NBA, because they made us play with 7 men when we played Denver the first time. So it's almost like an unfair event. That rematch, we actually should have been playing them later on in the season. They should have canceled that game, because now that game may very well come back to hunt us. Because right now, as the record stand today, the Nets and the Sixers are tied for the exact same record. I think they said we got the slight advantage because we got a better conference record. But as far as wins, losses, we're not equal. And they play tomorrow, and they're going to be Houston. So they're going to actually, for the first time since maybe last year, they play
Charlotte. They play the Hornets
tomorrow. I thought they play Rockets.
Oh no, that's their. Wait, what's today?
I know they play New York soon.
Today's Tuesday.
Oh yeah, they play the Rockets tomorrow. Yeah,
so they
got back to back. They play Wednesday and Thursday.
So they're actually going to be in the league for the first time.
No, they might not, because they might sit everybody Wednesday. You know how the Rockets do. I mean, you know how the Nets do. They sit everybody.
We do play
the
Saturday and Sunday too.
The Rockets tanking though.
We do play Saturday and Sunday.
We do. I saw that.
Is that home?
I saw a ranking on 2 different websites where they had the Sixers ranked underneath Milwaukee in the power rankings. And I'm like, how is that? We was ranked like 4th or something, 4th or 5th.
I saw that too.
That's why Tobias was salty about it.
I kind of agree with it though.
You think we below Milwaukee?
We are below Milwaukee. Here's why. The boy Jru Holiday is going to do the same thing to Ben what Jru Holiday did to us today. Jru Holiday is the real deal. Jru Holiday
played them without Embiid, and they had Jru Holiday, and they had to go to overtime to win. We got to win.
Is very good. Don't be surprised with him and Middleton how they're going to affect us.
Stop.
No, I don't. I would be. I'm not saying they're going to be easy,
but I'm a realist at the same time. And Jru Holiday is that boy. Go ahead. What you saying, Ephraim?
I'm not saying they're going to be easy work when B come through, but I think we could beat them. I think in a 7-game series we could knock them off. I'm not concerned. All you gotta do is go back and watch the tape on how Toronto played Giannis and how Miami played Giannis, and it's gonna be easy pickings. That's what I think. Like we got the defenders to play.
But
so
the X factor is Jru Holiday.
You hyping Jru Holiday? They had Jru Holiday.
I'm not concerned about.
They had Jru Holiday. We didn't have Embiid, and they had to go to overtime.
They beat us with Jru Holiday,
right? And we were on their home court on the second night of a back-to-back, and they had their whole team, and we didn't have Embiid. Stop.
Right
And they
now.
took us to overtime. Stop.
I think Jru Holiday is a great defender and a good offensive player.
He cool. I mean, Jru Holiday got game. I'm not hating. He's solid.
Is
But
Jru Holiday better than Tobias? You out your mind. Never mind. Let's go on.
No,
you got to think about that right now.
he's a better defender than Tobias. A way better than defender than Tobias.
See, but my only and speaking on,
I'm telling you,
I would agree with that. Defense. I like him in defense.
you like who?
So Ephraim, do you think Jru is better than Tobias right now?
I would rather have Tobias. I'm not hating on Jru, but I mean, I'd rather have Tobias.
I think Jru Holiday. Actually, I'm confident.
I'd rather have Jru Holiday than Seth Curry. But that's neither here nor there. But speaking of the Currys, my man,
Jru Holiday only averages 16 points a game this year. Shut up, Tim. He averages 16 points a game,
and
the
best defender on the team.
Huh? Oh, so how many has been averaging? What, 15?
16.
So we gonna hype Dru's 16, but then downplay Ben's 15.
Everything's in perspective.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Okay. Are you okay?
Keep
it is. I don't even think Ben averaged 15. What do he average? Is he 15 or is that 14? You like hyping stuff.
13. That might be like 13 points.
You said 13?
If he out of 13, I'll be shocked. I don't think he out of 14 points a game.
Ben's averaging 15.9 and Jru Holiday is averaging 16.1.
Now here's the thing: since the All-Star break, according to Rich Haltman, Ben is averaging 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 turnovers per game, and shooting way below at 50% true shooting.
That's a lot of turnovers.
Okay, so what's Jru averaging?
He's
only averaging. You make it like Jru Holiday is a great offensive player and he played defense. He averages 16 points a game.
Jru Holiday hits shots. He's a jump shooter. He can
16
do everything.
Points a game.
All right, I'm still.
He's shooting 38% from 3. What's Ben shooting from 3?
Boom. Uh-oh. Let's get.
Oh yeah. What he shooting from the floor?
No. What about 3? He actually.
What he shooting from the floor? Ben shooting 55% from the floor. What Jru shooting from the floor?
Ben shooting what?
55.
He's shooting 49.
What? Who? 49? Okay,
yeah.
Ben shooting better than him.
Which is good for a guard.
So what's his assist and what's his rebounds?
He don't got to rebound. He's playing with Giannis.
Why? But if we're only reason I'm saying
what Ben do tonight?
Only reason I'm saying this
what Ben do hold on.
Only
what
reason
Ben do tonight?
No,
rebounds
because don't sit here. Because if he's going to sit, my whole point is if he's going to sit here and hype up Jru Holiday, Ben Simmons is averaging 15-9, 7-9 rebounds, and 7-5 assists. So don't hype Jru Holiday like Jru Holiday the X factor and he just said no. If Ben Simmons is putting up similar numbers, if not better.
Hold on. I'm just talking about in comparison with you're not. I don't. Yeah, but you're looking at when and how. Jru Holiday does fit it better with Giannis because Giannis go to the outside, Giannis go to the inside, and Jru can kill from the outside.
Six has got a better record.
I don't even. And I want to go on something else. I actually thinking of George Hill. I don't know how much George Hill really is going to help this team. To be honest with you,
that was the question I was trying to get out before y'all kept cutting me off. Are we over? Do we? Because George Hill is 34. He's older now. What can he really do? Well, like, are we setting the expectation a little bit too high?
He didn't look good last year in the playoffs with the Bucks.
What do you expect from George Hill though?
That's what I'm asking you.
I look at George Hill as being a guy that hit wide open threes and that to sit there and handle the ball and not turn the ball over when our bench comes in.
Only thing I expect from George Hill is
or even with our starters.
I expect him to be better than Curry. And at this point, I mean, if you give us more consistency than Curry, and like Tim was saying, you can get your shot off against better defenders, you can go to a hole. Then that, to me, that's a win already. Now, is it the X factor, the Jru Holiday X factor that's going to catapult us to the championship, like Tim is trying to say Milwaukee got? I don't know about that, but I do think it's an upgrade from Seth the way Seth playing right now.
But Jru Holiday was a trade that they made in the offseason expecting to be up there like that. That's all I'm and I'm just saying Tim talking like he's scared of the Bucks because of Jru Holiday, this, that, and other. The only reason I'm making the Ben comparison is they have similar numbers. And then if you're talking about secondary players, you're talking about Middleton versus Toby, and I'm taking Toby over Middleton. So that's what I'm saying. Like, where do you think that? Where is it that you see that the Bucks have this great advantage over the Sixers?
Because right now, I would say that Jru Holiday on the Sixers and Ben off the Sixers would be a better championship squad.
That ain't what we talking about, though. We talking about the Sixers as is going against the Bucks as is. We're not talking about switching players.
Listen, I do my fair share of hating on Ben. I do. I don't think I'll take Jru Holiday over Ben.
I think I would.
I don't think I'll take Jru Holiday over Ben. And I know I've been the biggest, either been the biggest Ben critics on this joint, but nah. I would like a better shooting guard at this point. Honestly, I think that'll help our team out a lot. And can Ben be replaced by a big name? Yeah, I mean, when we talk about Bradley Beal and the boy from Chicago and all that, Zach LaVine, I take them all. Y'all know me. I take them all Ben in a minute. Jru Holiday, nah, I'm not taking Jru Holiday over Ben.
Jru Holiday is the real deal.
I agree. We do need a shooting guard. I don't think George Hill. Listen, hit
that like button too. Y'all listen, hit that like button.
George Hill might hit. What do we live? George Hill might hit an occasional. He might go to the hole a little better than Seth, but he's not that much better than Seth Curry.
I think he's a better ball handler than Steph.
Maybe he's a career what? He's a career 12-point a game scorer. Steph is 11. He's not that much better than Seth Curry.
Steph, don't ever say Steph in comparison.
Yes, Seth.
He's not.
We have cable Steph.
He's telling you he's not that much better.
Yo, speaking of Steph Curry, he's
a better point guard than
Steph Curry came back with a vengeance last night, dropped 32 in his first game back, and they got the win, just to let y'all know. They was 1-6 without him and a 54% win percentage with him. So it just shows you the drastic difference it makes when he's on the court. But I digress.
Get healthy, V.
What do I know?
We just waiting for Klay Thompson to come back. Then, then they actually have a legit.
Yeah, when Robin come back, the Batman could do his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Yeah.
George Hill averaged more than Seth Curry in every stat.
I think he's an upgrade from Seth. I do. I mean, I wish that Seth remained.
No, wait, every stat except for 3-point shooting. Now, let me stand correct.
Except for
and except for scoring.
No, how you figure?
How many points George
for the
Hill
career?
This year?
You talking about this year or for his career?
This year.
Well, this year he was hurt.
He played.
How many minutes
so how many points they average?
What's his per 36?
Oh, he probably averaging more, but wasn't Seth Curry at like 17 points a game now? What are he at now? Like 14?
So George Hill should be.
So that means he's been stinking it. So that means he's been stinking it up for the last few months.
George Hill played less games. So his average should be up.
January.
Well, y'all can have Seth Curry over George Hill.
George averaged 11. Seth averaged 12. George averaged 3 assists and 2 rebounds. Seth averaged 2 assists and 2 rebounds.
Seth Curry down to 13 points a game, 12 points.
So they're about even.
This man was at 17 points a game before the Rona. He down to 13 now.
Yeah.
I can't blame the Rona no more either. I can't.
It was fool's gold. It was total fool's gold. And
no, he's just not in the role that he needs to be in. Honestly, I'm not saying I want to get rid of Seth. I just want to see Seth coming off the bench, playing against the other team's bench players and stuff like that. I think he could do a whole lot better and more. I agree. And I think it does make a difference that Embiid is not in there too. But he was sticking that when Embiid was too. But Embiid not being in the game. All right, this is for everybody like Tim that wanted to say we could win with Tony Bradley. We don't need Embiid. We can trade Embiid. All the people that want to think the foolishness like Tim was talking. We need Embiid to win.
If we had Tony Bradley for this game, it might have been a whole different.
Hold on.
What was he going to do against Joker?
Tim said that on the podcast?
Yes. The last pod, he said, "So you need to listen even when you ain't working." He said, the last one, he said, "See, if we should think about trading Embiid because we should have traded Embiid and kept Tony Bradley." And he argued with me and Ethan that Tony Bradley, the Sixers could win with Tony Bradley this year in the playoffs.
We could win with. Now I do believe we could win with Tony Bradley, but I wasn't saying trade Embiid.
What, Ethan?
It was a.
Did he not say trade Embiid?
He might have. I don't know. If
well, y'all know that was listening. I'll go back and listen to the podcast, Ethan.
You just can't say trade Embiid, we can win with Bradley, because you got to think of what you're going to get back for Embiid. You got to let me know what you're getting for him, what you're putting around Ben and Toby before you start going there.
Ben ain't good enough for me to trade B.
I told you before, I think B only got 2 good years left.
Agree.
Ben ain't good enough. If Ben was showing...
Ben ain't good enough. You're right.
I agree. No, I agree with that.
If you saw a Michael Porter type game when you saw him like the way he kind of looked like his game is leveling up every year, every game. If he was showing that type of advancement, then I may be on board for some type of foolishness like that. But them Bulls ain't good enough. Tobias ain't good enough either. Tobias is a good role player. He's a good wing. He's a good Robin. Yeah. He's not no dude like that. So if you trade B, who are you getting back? Unless you're getting back Joker, are you getting back another superstar in return? Like, nah.
And let me just clarify one thing, my Jru Holiday comments. I know that Ben Simmons is a better athlete. Like he's better, like physically he's better. He's like a Lamborghini on donuts though. That's
moonwalking in the back.
No, because I want everybody to be clear. Ben Simmons is like that Lambo that looks pretty. Everything is great about it, but it's on donuts. So it's only going to go by so fast. But if you got real wheels, then it's going to take off. Jru Holiday is like that Tahoe that's nice and it can go as fast as you want to go. It's nice, it's sturdy.
What has Jru Holiday ever done?
But if you're driving, which one you going to take if you're trying to get to your destination the fastest? You're going to take the pretty Lambo on donuts, or you're going to take the Tahoe that's going to get you?
No. That's a good analogy, but let me just tweak it a little bit. He's not a Lambo on donuts because he could move. He like a Lambo with a baby behind the front seat because he baby minded. He like a Lambo with a baby that just can't drive it. So it's like, yo, you got all this car and you can't move it. So listen,
hold on, Jru.
And Jru is like a Tahoe with a midget trying to drive it. So it's like,
hold on, Jru
I'm sorry, a little person. Is that political?
Wasn't Jru balling in the playoffs for New Orleans? Didn't they knock
1 year?
Out
Yeah, 1
Dame?
year.
Didn't they knock out Dame?
His claim to fame is when he shut down. It was like a team effort. They shut down Dame Lillard and swept out Portland out the playoffs. That was his claim to fame. Like Jru got, don't get me wrong, but I think Tim overhyped it a little bit too. I don't even think he's Eric Snow level. Now Eric Snow was locked down.
You know what Ben Simmons' claim to fame is?
1 point.
Don't do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna let y'all.
Hey, listen, we can say we want B claim to fame is 0 points against Toronto. So
I
forgot about that.
And then crying donut. And then crying walking off the
field. Crying walking
off the court.
Yeah.
That was pathetic.
But once again, B leveled up. This B we seeing, he averaging 30 points a game this year? Come on, man.
Wasn't that this year? Oh, that was last year. He had 0 points.
Last year, wasn't it?
Last year during the regular season. At least it was during the regular season. Ben's was during the playoffs.
But I mean, he Beat is a monster. It's nothing you can say to me that you had to come to me grow correct to me to think about trading Embiid, especially the way Ben Simmons and Tobias as they currently are playing.
But in 2 years, I'm trading.
Tobias playing bad, but he's not that dude. Like you need, like Ethan used to always say too, and I agree with him. You need a star to win in this league. It's very rare that you could win without a star, unless you form up a borderline like a Detroit team where you got very good borderline Hall of Fame players with all defensive minded. Other than that, it's going to be hard to win. Like even Utah, as good as they playing as a team and everybody hitting threes and they solid defense. If LeBron and AD is playing, there's no way Utah not beating them. They not even beating the Clippers. I don't think maybe the Clippers. But
only thing I say about Denver though, that trade for what's his name makes it there, Aaron Gordon, because now you got another Michael Porter Jr.
Hold on,
Aaron Gordon, and then you got player, and then you get playoff. Then you get playoff Jamal.
I actually watched a lot of Aaron Gordon. Mm-hmm. He's not that good.
But I'm not talking about him. But you're talking about him being the third or fourth best player on the team.
Yeah, I agree with Wayne. And where you
because now you got playoff Jamal, you got Joker doing what he doing, and then you have Michael Porter Jr. So then when you add him, to that mix, it's a little bit different.
I think Michael Porter. I think Aaron Gordon they need him to be a defender and a slasher. If he tries to be he's not a shooter. He swear he can shoot that three. I watched a lot of Orlando games. Y'all know that. He swear he can shoot that three. He takes a lot of bad shots. Maybe coaching to help him. Maybe because he was on that Orlando team, he did that.
Right.
But if he's a very good defender, actually. So if he concentrate on being a defender and running the floor, that's what I mean. Sometimes players just got to know they work.
All you got to be Jeremy Grant. They got him to play Jeremy Grant. Porter stepped his scoring up so that they don't need him to score. They need him to get 8 points again. What he did tonight, he had 6 points, 6, 7 points. That's all they need him to do. Just get a couple open dunks, a couple slashing Jones, like you said, going to the basket and play defense. That's all he got to do. And
I hate to say this, but based off of our performances against against the Clippers and Denver, and then with Jersey, I don't see us winning this year.
Listen, see this is stuff I'm talking about. This is stuff I'm talking about. When we talk about with somebody that lived for that game, that day, in the moment. We don't have Embiid. We don't have Embiid.
But we know who we do have. We got Seth Curry. And I've seen enough of Seth Curry to know that
So you don't think other teams have weaknesses?
No, he's a big weakness because most of the superstars come in within the shooting guard, the point guard, or the small forward position. That's what most of the NBA superstars are. And every time they can lock down the ball, Seth Curry at any time.
But you talking about 30 points,
yes,
double-digit rebound. What do you have? 11
yes.
a game, close to 2 blocks a game.
Yeah, that's a lot missing.
Like, come on,
Tim, go get a dog. Tim, go get a dog right now. Go to the pound, get a dog.
You getting real shook. But plus on top of that, the X factor that a lot of people don't consider, be constantly getting somebody in foul trouble. So let's say he's playing tonight against Joker. Joker might have had less minutes and less time because he might have been in foul trouble trying to guard B. So he like the big heart. He know how to get to the line. So it's the X factor that you're not thinking about, man. I'm telling you, I want to see B. Everybody hype on the Nets, and justly so. They doing a thing. I want to see B destroy the Nets. He should destroy them dudes. I know they're trying to get bigger and they got LaMarcus Aldridge and everybody want to run there. It don't matter. B should
if he's shooting twos and they shooting threes, it don't add up to a victory.
Ain't gonna stop all that. That's what you got Ben Simmons and whatchamacall for. And Danny Green guard the perimeter.
But that's why I say to me the Nets. I think the Nets, and to me the better pickup for the Nets instead of going out to get Aldridge, I think they should have went and got the boy that went to LA. They need in my opinion, a rebounder does them better. Dude averages like 15 rebounds a game. Andre Drummond. The Nets don't need another shooter. They don't need another floor spacer. They just need somebody like if they happen to be off, just imagine how frustrating it is if you got the Nets and you get them to miss, and then this bull just down there grabbing all the rebounds and kicking it back out to them for another shot. That's what I'm saying. That to me, that's what they needed more than they needed those other guys. But it remains to be seen, though, about how it works out with them and everything else, because none of them individually can stop Embiid, but you can run numbers at Embiid. But then again, Embiid shoots like 79-80% from the free throw. So,
we'll see what B we getting back. If we getting back in shape, B, or if we getting back.
I'm not even concerned about him being in shape. I'm just concerned about him playing tentative because he's scared of getting hurt.
Yeah, I don't know if it's any lingering.
Well, he's going to have to be in shape to play the Nets because they do a lot of running up and down that floor.
He absolutely is. Yeah. Unless the Sixers decide to slow it down, but I don't see that because the Sixers they like the running gun too. So
and we got rid of our boy Tony Bradley. But that's going but we're gonna wrap this thing up. We'll be back on Thursday after who we play? Cleveland. And that's not a guaranteed win either because they beat us last couple times.
It should be guaranteed now. After these 2 losses, I want to come out. They need to come out and win in my book.
Yeah, because our 4-2 is a lot better than 3-3.
One got beat.
Yep.
I don't care.
But listen, you know how to get to us. We on every platform. So just like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button. We out, y'all.
Deuces.